Hi, I'm Britta. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. Um, this is a reading for, I had my sage going, so doing a little smudging and clearing the cards before we begin tonight. We have been called to start working with archangels, and the ones we're working with today are Archangel Jophiel, which is the counterpart to Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Chamuel, which is the angel of love. So, with that message, we are going to apparently clear the air. Maybe that's a message for somebody. Do you need to clear the air with someone? Because apparently we're trying to smudge all, if you need to clear the air, you can just take that into, because apparently the sage really wanted to take off. So we are using the angel messages, which was actually my very first oracle card deck. We are using the angel answers, and then we are of course using the romance angels. So you said we can't really read about love if we don't have the romance angels, so we got them out as well. So we are going to start with a general read, and then we are going to get into free cards. So we would like to thank everyone for joining us, and please just drop a comment in the chat. Let us know you're here if you have a question, and then we will get to that. She said we are going to apparently manage the video real quick. Okay. So we are going to get into a general reading, and then we will get into some questions. Hope everyone is doing well. It is the end of the 777 gateway. Where I am, it's about 8:40 here, so we are just getting a little message of love we hear. And the first card out is the wedding card. So the situation involves marriage. Is this about a past marriage, a current one? The next card is the retreat card. It is time to disconnect from the world, which actually could look like a honeymoon. So this could be for, she said, this could be a twin flame reading. Are you, and we are a twin flame in union, and we believe that we are, part of the collective. So we, and then it's heart-to-heart conversation. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. So we feel like this could be a reading for twin flames that are in union. Either are you getting married, or have you just gotten married? Are you getting ready to go away somewhere? And then you get to keep an open mind. So sometimes if we are in a relationship and we rush, sometimes we don't know everything about someone immediately. So sometimes, they have wounds and things you just don't know about. And as time goes by, things open up. And as that happens, try to be open-minded, open-hearted. So he says, with Archangel, Chamuel, that is, the angel of love, the angel part. So saying, take off that armor, be vulnerable. If you're trying to bring a relationship in, same advice, you have to be vulnerable. You have to, no risk, no reward. So, excuse me. Definitely getting a heart, throat chakra activation. We told somebody earlier today, do some humming. So if you're feeling like your throat's, I feel like somebody has something to say and is not saying it. Because I definitely feel like there's some blockage there. Are you wanting a relationship to move forward that hasn't? Because sometimes it's just, the situation will improve. It's evolving marriage. Are you getting some quick communication? Has somebody recently come back into your life? Have they rushed in? In the past, maybe there was some chaos and conflict, some confusion that was going on, and now this person has gained clarity and is rushing towards you with marriage. Somebody that was very focused on their stuff, and now they're very focused on you. We feel very, very focused on you. And coming in hot and fast. So just know, sometimes with the twin flame thing, it definitely comes in hot and fast. That is part of that whole process of it all. It is definitely can place some, takes you to deep places in your mind. So back to traumas and past, and that it triggers all those past wounds. Definitely some we're feeling like father energy. Are you having is this your father, or is this somebody that's maybe a little older than you? Somebody, are you thinking about getting married for money? Did you get married for money? In the past, did you get married for money? Was that the decision you had made? So in the past, did you marry for money and stability, but now you're having a heart chakra activation, and now you're wanting to lead with your heart and be in that divine feminine. This is a divine feminine activation with, especially with the archangels here, especially the ones that want to come. Jophiel is, Metatron's counterpart. Metatron is about, the Merkaba, the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy. Are you balancing? Are you balancing your energy? Are you being balanced in, your actions, your mind space? Okay, and then we're going to get a card for how other people see you. Do other people feel like you have married for money? When that's clearly not the case. We feel like maybe in the past it had started for money, but maybe it's not for money. Or maybe that's just other people see you as not doing as well as the other person, having a money block. But you're really just holding things tight, and in the right time, things are going to blossom for you. We feel like that with that you're holding things close to you, you're working on stuff, and sometimes things just haven't blossomed yet. But we are in the time of summer here. So keep holding those things you're working on close to your vest for whoever. She said that's a specific message for someone. Keep doing the work you're working on. And sometimes, you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Doesn't matter. Because you know what? You feel you are in balance, you are creating, you are in the divine feminine energy, in the divine feminine headspace. I feel like if you're not meditating, make sure you're trying to fit that in your schedule. Then we get the 3 of Cups. And for this card, we feel like this is about, your community. Are you stepping up and helping your community? Are you walking your path spiritually? Because, if you are a twin flame, you have a mission, and it's to work on overcoming the negative energy, the darkness, the toxic patterns, and the stuff that's truly holding you back. Because that's what's going to truly progress you forward, is by healing those toxic patterns and by meditating and gaining that clarity to heal all the childhood wounds. Because as you are working on heal those wounds, that brings that other person in so quick. Like, we are going to get a card for guidance from the angels. So we feel like this is definitely a twin flame reading. And the card is trust, and the bottom of the deck, which is recovery, which is about meditation. So please make sure you're meditating. Trust that everything works in the divine timing. If you're feeling in this place of lack, just know in the right time, it's coming around. Look, he's leaving a trail of money. There's so much for him. He's not even carrying it. He's not worried about it. He's focusing on being of service. He's not worried about the money. And I feel like that's the guidance of the day. Focus on being of service. You know, tonight Celia's like, we're going to go on and do a reading. The archangels are coming around this week, so we were going to do a reading. So the reading is just keep doing the work. Come from your heart space. Make sure you're being of service. So that is the Celia message of the day. Along with the archangels, because they are definitely strongly in the presence this evening. So we would like to thank everyone for joining us. Please just say hi and maybe where you're from. And then Celia kind of calls who she would like. And thank you for joining us tonight. It looks like some new names here today. Yes, that you like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we make. I channel my guide Celia, and then we are currently working with a couple of the archangels, working on opening the heart chakra and the energy of the divine feminine. And if you have a question, please just drop it in the comments, and we will go from there. Everything all of a sudden got very quiet. Like, I'd heard so much going on, and super quiet crickets. So, Diamond Girl, is it really over this time between S and I? So we are going to use the, she said we have the Romance Angels, so we'll get you a card from them. Wish we'd had them. You get the card of worth waiting for. So, and the bottom of the deck is the card of passion. So I would say clearly that something worth waiting for. That's always a good message. So sometimes we need space apart from somebody so we can have a season of growth, you know, like wintertime, you know, you think nothing's happening, you don't understand dark night of the soul stuff. Perhaps for them. So, and sometimes that's just like, you know, a little house clearing is going to be going on. So focus on your path. Look at your north node. Look at where your Chiron is. Yeah. Focus on you. Honestly, the best thing you can do, like I worked on my Chiron, and that like hugely like moved so much forward for me. Because they mirror you. You know, people mirror us in our lives. So as you work on your stuff, it will make, you know, that stuff more available for him. So you are very welcome. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, it's a beautiful evening. Just waiting on my husband to come home. So, and if anybody else would like a question and answer, please just drop us a comment and we will pull a card. Sometimes it's oracle, sometimes it's a tarot. It's always a channeled message. This is definitely a different time of the day for us. We're normally not on in the evening, but somebody must need a message tonight. So we are going to, she said, we're just going to hang out for a little while and she said she called us to do it here. So we're going to be patient and be here. Okay. And anyone that's recently joined, if you drop a comment, we will do a question. Hi, the Dollface Diva. How are you doing? We are working with the Archangels of Love today, Jophiel and Chamuel. So we're hoping it. Yeah, she's like, "What have you been up to?" We are patiently waiting our card's arrival. They made the shipping label, but it hasn't done nothing else yet. So we're just being patient in the right time. So ask whatever you like. I'll just say Archangel Jophiel is the counterpart to Archangel Metatron. But she is her own strong energy in herself. And then Archangel Chamuel is the angel of love, about sometimes she's about shedding your coat of armor and being vulnerable. So, and that can be in any area of your life. So we did not specify love. We were just saying that lovely energy is around us. So we have all the angel cards out, and they even wanted the romance angels. So we have just the angel answers card, the messages from the angels. So we are really being pushed to work in the energy of working with the angels right now. So we are just following the divine guidance. I heard we're going to get a couple a day for the next week. So they want to work with us. So we're thrilled to work with them. So he says, "What's your message?" And hi, Dorothy. How are you doing? And we will definitely get a message for you as well. And she said, we're just doing, we got the oracle cards here. We got the tarot cards here. We're just doing random. Okay. She said, we're going to use these angel answers because they're like very yes or no. We love that. So, and you know, the angels are all seen. So I know, so like packages are crazy. I have a package that I was waiting for that said it was going to be late. And then it said it was out for delivery. And then it said it's being delayed, but I actually got it delivered to me. So, and then like my cards, you know, it said it made the printing label. And then like, that's been 3 days and nothing's happened since. So I'm like, okay, so there could be something going on. I know there is a lot of stuff retrograde right now. It's not Mercury, but everything else, like, we have a couple other things that are. Okay, so we will see. Does your neighbor have your package? You got ask others for help, and you get the card of be assertive. Where is it delivered from? And a lot of things now will take a picture. And then you get the card of if you believe. So, and that's like the gut instinct. And that is the Merkaba right there. So we feel like, is there anybody else that you can ask and be like, it says delivered, but it's not here? So yeah, but it's like if you believe, so it's saying like follow your gut. Yeah, my package was from Amazon that was like all crazy like that. It ended up going through. Did they leave? Yeah, did they not take a picture? I know a lot of times, like if it's with any, a lot of times they'll take a picture. Or like if it's in the mail, it'll say literally in the mailbox. So that's where that picture was like in the gut. Like, so she's like, follow your gut feeling. Like, or just saying, oh, very odd. Can you report it missing or not there? Or, but she's like, follow your gut. Lately, we've been really about, you know, other people opening up. And just, yeah, but we've been really about opening up, and they've been really wanting you to meditate. So, because they're really wanting to communicate straight to you. They're like, everybody has this ability. Help other people open it up. So we are opening you up. Open up. Yeah. Yeah. I just hear yeah in my head. That's what I keep hearing, yeah. So we would like to welcome Mary and Soul. How are you? Soul Sandoval. So would it have been delivered by a delivery service, not the mail? I am doing very well. We are working with the angels this week. So, and we're in a divine feminine energy in this 777 portal because it's 7/7 and 2023 adds up to be a 7. So it's a very strong divine feminine day. So we did a little video earlier for a little while, and then Celia was like, let's do another one. So here we are. So somebody needs a message. So here we are. So Mary, did you have a question? Well, and we have we are working with Archangel Jophiel this week, which is Archangel Metatron's counterpart, which is, twin flame. So that's definitely divine feminine energy coming in today. And this is happening in Cancer, which is, that 7 energy as well. And that feminine energy. So, yeah, so he's like divine feminine gateway today. So feel your feminine power. So Mary, we're gonna use these angel cards because they're the ones we're holding right now. So let's see, what do your angels want you to know right now? Actually, what do the archangels want you to know? Because they're the ones with me. Okay, Mary, the first card you get is peaceful resolution. So if something's going on, you're going to have a peaceful resolution. And then big happy changes are coming. And you get the card of take action. And then the bottom right here is yes, exclamation point, yes, yes, yes. So if there's something that you're wanting to like work on, like we put the message this morning was about focused intention. So we put our intention out there that we are working with the angels. So we're channeling angel messages because that's just where we're currently at. So we put it out there. So that's the action to take. What do you want? What direction would you like to take? Put that out there. You can write it down. You can just speak it out into the ethers. Because like in this card, she's like, and so it is. So go, you can step outside and say, this is the direction I want my life to head. Like we are working with our mediumship with the angels. So we're going to host a mediumship event with, channeling the angels, because the angels are definitely working with you. They're all around you, but there's a new change that's going to come. But you have to like speak it out there. Like your words are powerful. Yeah. But yes, it's a great portal energy to do that tonight. In this divine feminine energy. Yes. Yeah, we were trying to figure out, what kind of mediumship event to do. And then, it's funny because we had this whole I had a whole experience with her where she's like, this right here was my first oracle deck, this message from the angels. And now I got the message again that the angels are wanting to come back and work with me again. So, and the angels are wanting me to spread the word that everyone can do this. Everyone has the ability. You can meditate and you can call in your angels and they will give you messages and guidance. And Mary, there were 2 cards that were flipped over, so we're going to give you those as well. And the first card is get more information, and the second one is helpful people. So, is there someone that can help you with that peaceful resolution? And then there's somebody that you can get more help with. So if there's something that you need to have, like there's a situation you need help. I hear get more information, ask questions, but I feel like these are getting the informations during meditation. And I'll tell you, Mary, we posted a couple of meditations, and I'll tell you honestly, one of the best things that has ever worked for me is here, we'll try it right now. I want you to breathe in for the count of 6. And just focus on your breathing. And then once you get to 6, hold your breath for the count of 5. And then after the count of 5, blow it out for the count of 8. Literally try that for like 2 cycles. So 6, 5, and 8. And try those and see if you don't immediately feel a change in your vibration from doing that. Right? Like, yes. I hear you're that Aries, and the North Node's getting ready to move into Aries. So that's really probably gonna give you some activation there. I know I have a lot in Aries, so I know it's going to activate the crap out of me. Yes. And like that in the beginning, that's all I did for my meditation. Because if you're literally focused on the breathing and the counting, everything else has to kind of go away. So try it and let us know how it works for you. Dazzling Empress Ari. So and by persistent, I mean the one that could take no. I must have missed part of your oh. You don't know your value. That's the simplest, easiest way I can tell you, because I did that for years, about 5 of them. Did it. You know what? I gave it all up, and I'm like, you know what? I gave it all up, and I was like, I'm just going to work on my spiritual path, and literally just dove into my spiritual path. And then I met Dave. And I said, oh, you want to know what else I did? I did, well, first I did my list. That's 2 pages of all the things I wanted in my perfect partner. And then after a little discernment, I did what is called an Abraham process of a focus wheel, which is you write at the top, where you're currently at. You write in the middle where you want to be. And then you write general statements around the board to get you where you want to go. So that works really, really well. Yes, we hope that really helps. Like, try that for like 5 or 10 minutes. Like, what is it called? The breathing. Celia guidance. There's some other different kind of breathing techniques, but literally I got that from Celia. my guide. Yeah, like 5 minutes. And like, if you literally do that and you focus for 5 minutes, like sometimes we'll be driving and she'll, like if I'm driving, she'll tell Dave to count trees. Oh, the wheel, a focus wheel, and it's by Abraham, which is Esther Hicks. It's one of her processes in her Ask and It Is Given books. But literally in the middle of the circle, you put, what you desire. Yes, focus wheel. Like I did that, and then I did it on I wanted a committed relationship, and because if you're focused on one thing, really focused on it, you can't think of anything else. Like he'll do that, and literally, because we're so connected, I can feel when his vibration changes. Like we'll be there, and I'm like, but literally, that's why the breath thing works. Because if you're really focused on the breathing and the counting and holding it for the exact seconds and all that, like if you're focused on it, it just kind of lets everything else go, which is all meditation is to do, to clear your mind, to then give you inspired action for you to follow. And then you know what I did? I told one person who was somebody that was kind of non-committal that, you know what? I'm dating for marriage. And you know what? The next person I dated, I married. Literally, because my words are powerful and so are yours. But like you can do focus wheels on anything because it's just like, okay, this is where I currently am. You got to start with that, this is where I'm at. Write a list. Like, I'm not kidding. My list is, I've been getting my book out a lot lately, especially with all the love going around. Like my list is like 2 pages long on for my perfect mate. Like I wrote it all down. Loyalty, commitment, good communicator. Like she's like, here, we'll read some for you. Like I was like, somebody loves me unconditionally, respects my spirituality, meditates with me, generous to others, kind and caring, attentive, listens and gives guidance, appreciates me, makes me laugh, has balanced energy, open-minded, loyal, honest, a healer, is awake, on his path, shows love, committed, marriage, partnership, enjoys traveling, stable, confident, that's just page 1. I literally had that for 5 years. So I knew exactly all the things I didn't want. So literally I did that. And then I did the focus wheel on how I felt about commitment. And you want to know, honestly, the first thing to attract it to you another way, watch other people. Look for those people that are loved. Like I worked in long-term care. So I got to see people that were married for 40 and 50 years. So I was asking them, what's the key, And so I would see a lot of that. And I was, the more you see it in your environment before you see it in your physical for yourself. So start really savoring and appreciating all the other couples you see when you're out. Be like, oh, that's so sweet. He opens the door for her. That's so sweet. They're holding hands. Like, yes, literally, that's one of the people that I told. I was like, I'm dating for marriage. I told him that. He eventually did try to call me again. And I'm like, sorry, by that time I was engaged. I'm like, thank you, but yeah, like start appreciating the couples that you see that are married. How do you feel about committed relationship? Because I had some like old third party energy, from even like past life, which I've went into my Akashic records, and I have some past life stuff that had to work on, some third party energy. So we all get it. Third party doesn't necessarily have to be another person. Somebody's job can be third party. Somebody's mom can be third party. It's just another energy. But a lot of that, honestly, is about the value you put on yourself. And literally, tell me, are you dating for marriage? If you are, put it in there. Put it in the comments. I'm dating for marriage. I told one person, the next person I dated was Dave. On my dating profile, you know what it said? energy healer. I took everything off. I didn't even have my name. I didn't have nothing. I had a picture of me and I said, I'm an energy healer. Dave's like, what's an energy healer? So we started talking. We're supposed to have a date. I stood him up. I literally stood him up. I'm like, man. And then we talked for a couple more days about all this other, the more spiritual side of things. And then it was great because you know what? Before that, I was to the point of I can date you one time and no, one and done. I did. I stood him up the first time. I was like, just because I was, I thought forever my picker, I was like, my picker was just broke, but I had to wait for the right time for him and for me to know my value and be like, okay, yeah, seriously. And had to dive in on my spiritual path. If I can tell you anything, do you know where your Chiron is? I'll tell you this. I didn't have Dave and I did not consummate our relationship like that till he had ordered my ring. And that's honestly the truth. So, I'm not going to say till it was on my finger, till it was at least ordered, though. Which was a lot. So, but everything was in the right time. Like, we fell in love. I got to know him. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted to know somebody, and that's what I really want, So take your time, write the list, literally. Don't think you can, like I have on there. Do you see my flowers? He brings me flowers every week. He rubs my feet. I mean, he does anything I need. He's the best. But like he was literally like I met him on a dating app. Yes, where's your Chiron at? That is like I started working on my Chiron, which was working on my voice, which because my Chiron's in my third house, which is about speaking your stuff, your truth and being bullied and even when my voice shakes, I still speak now, and stand up for myself. And I had to get that way till I was ready to be in the relationship with Dave, until he was ready, till we were both in that place. But once I truly, fully jumped into my mission, literally, it said energy healer. That's it. Because I do Reiki. So at the time I was just doing Reiki. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. Because every guy I kept meeting literally needed energy work done. And I would be doing their energy work. And then, off they would go. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to, here, let's get me some work. We'll do some energy work. So, yeah, but look where your Chiron is. Come back and let me know. If not on this one, on another one, send me an email. I have a class on it, but it's like the thing that helped heal me the most. So we are always giving that information away. So you do that focus wheel and change your energy about it, and never say that story again to anybody. Because you know what? They're honestly, they treat you with the same respect you treat yourself. I hate to say that because damn, it's hard. But honestly, that's true. You have to find yourself, like you have to put yourself up on the pedestal. And literally, and don't do it. Just like you have to have that boundary. Like put it out there from the get-go. I do not believe in premarital sex. Put it out there literally like that shit. Don't mess around. Like literally tell them that from the very beginning. When you put it on there, say, I am now in the belief of no premarital sex. So that's telling them right from the get-go, this is my stand. And then you know what? Stand on that boundary. Make them earn that. Don't give that away. Don't give your sacred energy away. Because you know what? They know how powerful that is. And they take that energy that they siphon from you and they use it for their benefit. Apparently you're the reason I came on tonight, because I'm very passionate about this topic because I lived that life. So, and now, you know what? I'm living my very best life. You know, Dave's coming home and we're going to go hot tub. Honestly. So I'm here to tell you there's a complete other life on that. And honestly, Celia's like your self-love, like listen to some affirmations. I know you might think you're having self-love, and that I thought initially with my Chiron, I'm like, I don't have any of this. And you know what? Every day, little things pop up all the time. Oh, this is tied to my Chiron. This is tied to my Chiron. Oh, and girl, I did not either. But you know what? If you tell them that, that's going to at least put it out there for them that you want to know them before that's happening. Yeah. Like what you have, your feminine energy is so powerful. You do not realize the power of your feminine sacred energy. Cuz those are some people that definitely misuse your energy. They're definitely misusing your energy. Our feminine sacred power is so damn strong. And I'm not talking for sex. That is where you create from. And if you feel sexually frustrated, you know what it does? It blocks your flow. To you, but it doesn't block it to them. Their flow's fine because they're siphoning off your energy. But when you're doing that, I learned, you know, I didn't always believe sex and love, but you know what? Now that I would have it no other way ever. The connection I feel with Dave, with the love before sex, was took it to a different place for me. That's like your sacred energy. And like women, okay, woman brain, sex, love, intertwined. Man brain, sex, love, not intertwined. They are not the same for men and women. Like we are not wired the same way. So when we have sex without love, that shuts part of us down. Oh yeah. So Mary, definitely in Chiron, it's about your communication. What house? Because the Gemini tells you it's definitely about communication and being very like two-sided. Like Dave's a Gemini sun, so he's like, you know, really good, or there's a 14-foot flame. You know, Gemini's kind of both ends of the stick there. As a positive and a negative. Yeah. But like literally, do you have your birth time, Mary? You can go on and get a on your chart and look, and it should tell you which house it's in. Yeah, look on your chart from your ascendant. It starts when you know the time when you were born, that whatever's on the horizon is the ascendant, and it should tell you like you can look on the chart and see which house. Super duper important on the house. I mean, because some people that don't know their time can at least find it's the Gemini. But like once I started really working on my Chiron, like that really changed things for me. I'll say I took a Chiron class in March and I met Dave the first week of May. So, yeah. I did that focus wheel, and within a week of doing the focus wheel, I met Dave. Honestly. So like the focus wheel was like one of the the exclamation point, and then like the telling somebody I was dating for marriage was like underlining it. And then literally Dave and I talked for like 5 days, and then we were supposed to meet 5 or 6 days. And then I literally stood him up, and then it was another 5 days, and then we met. Oh, let me, it's not wanting to let me do what I want to do. I was like, here, let me get my PowerPoint open up. So Mary, you have Gemini in the 12th house. So the 12th house, well, first we'll read about Gemini. Okay, the 12th house. The 12th house is the sacral chakra. It is a deeply spiritual or psychic wound, hypersensitive to the energies of the collective. The shadow, it's about your shadow self and the unconscious. Are you surprised by emotions or things you don't see coming? Do you utilize your intuition? Do you trust it? And then we're going to go to you said Gemini. And Gemini is the natural ruler of the 3rd house. It's mutable. A wound with Gemini is being overly intellectual and caught in self-destructive thoughts. And a balanced is being heart-centered and the ability to express your thoughts authentically. Yeah, you gotta start trusting yourself, Mary. And doing the meditation, doing the counting thing and working on the meditation will help you get centered. And that's like a super easy thing to do. And dazzling Empress Ari, I have Pisces in the 7th. And for you, in Pisces, the wound is it's the house of your spiritual self, which Mary, listen to this as well, since yours is in the 12th house and Pisces naturally rules the 12th house. So Mary, listen to this part as well. Pisces naturally rules the 12th house. It's ruled by Neptune. It's mutable energy. It is the house of the spiritual self. A positive wound or positive aspects of Pisces are imaginative, an empathetic dreamer, and intuitive. The shadow side is spacey, escapist, and self-sabotage. So a wound there is being victimized or caught in addictive habits, feeling depleted or overgiving. And a balanced Pisces would be able to create healthy boundaries, nurturing to self, highly empathic, and trusting intuition. And then for the 7th house, we get that is the heart chakra. So it's about partnerships, contracts, marriages, or business. It's about the team versus self. Are you in a balanced relationship? Do you lose yourself? Or are you too focused when you're in a relationship? And a mantra for that is, I am open to giving and receiving love freely. And we are going to look at the natural ruler of the 7th house for you, Ariana, which is Libra, which is about one-on-one relationships, romantic partnerships. Um, the wound there is about codependency or an underdeveloped sense of self in relationship. Um, and balance is being artistic and creative. So, yeah. So, and at first, when my Chiron, I was like, I don't really relate to that. But you know what? Then the more you put in, because with that, you have to put in, okay, I have it in your seventh house of Pisces. So you have to look at the seventh house. You have to look at Pisces. You have to look at what sign naturally rules the seventh house, you know, and kind of put all those pieces together. And then if you have any planets right there with your Chiron, those really aspect it as well. So, yes, like we found Chiron to be like super informative and like life changing for us. So, um, I don't know what just happened. So, anyway, okay. So, and you guys can rewind that and look at that again, or you can my email's in the description box. If you send me an email, I will send you the slides on my PowerPoint for all of that information that would pertain to you. So, like literally, mine's in my third house of, and the third house is about Gemini, which is about communication, and definitely had, and mine's in Aries, so it's about stuff that happened in my early childhood. So, um, just send me like just like the sign in the house of where your Chiron is, and then we'll compile some information for you and on it from our PowerPoint and send it to you. But like I felt it changed my life almost immediately. So I didn't even think when I read it at first, I was like, I don't have any of this. But one of the things when I was like 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 5, we were sitting at dinner and I was breathing too loudly. So after that, I began to breathe really, be a shallow breather. You know what I found out since I now have a granddaughter? You know what? She has allergies. And you know what? As a kid, I probably did too. So my mom saying that to me that caused me as a child to breathe shallow and have that wound was something she did not mean. It was a comment she made, but it was something that stuck with me. That's just how it is. We never know. So, and a few other things, but that was something that I had like such an aha moment about of that specific. I remember that. Like I remember that. But at first I was like, I don't have any childhood traumas, nothing, I didn't have any. I thought I had a normal growing up. Yes, like that really affected me. I became a really shallow breather. Like so much so that for my wedding gift with Dave, he bought me a flute so I could work on my breath work. Honestly. And since then we've let him use it as well. But seriously, that like but something that small, like I was asking, and I kind of have I had some flashback moments because I had had a couple of car accidents, so I'd had a couple of concussions, so I had lost a lot of my memories. So and just stuff when I was little and don't, but like that specific thing I remember. And like my sisters would bully me. When I was young, my sisters teased me and they're like, we think you're adopted. And then when we got a little older, we found out the two of them, were actually had a different dad. So anyway, yeah. So what you project on others can come right back on you. That was a simple way to show them that. Unfortunately, had no idea. But a crazy thing that, yeah. Hi, Jay. Yes, you can ask a question. We're just hanging out, chatting. I agree. It's like not something that, but yeah. But just saying how you focus on something can bring that right back at you. So like judgment is like, if you can give up anything, judgment would be the thing I would say to give up. Because like when you have judgment on somebody, that just, it like comes right back to you. Like there ain't no. Oh, you. Well, we will get an answer for you about love. And have you my guide Celia is really good about, have you wrote a list? Like we have 2 pages of the things we wanted in our perfect partner. And like I had time to decide what I didn't want. So I definitely knew what I finally did want. So and then I did a focus wheel about commitment on how I felt about commitment, because I didn't realize that I had not a great experience apparently with commitment. So you get the card of forgiveness. So and you get the card of choose a new direction. So who do you need to forgive? Whoever hurt your heart in the past. You have to have forgiveness and realize that there was a lesson in that, and then choose the direction you want to go. I would say do a focus wheel. I did an Abraham process, the focus wheel. Definitely move things, but you got that forgiveness is like the first thing you got to do. You know what? Thank you for showing me the value of what I truly am. I now see. I didn't know before. Thank you for showing me how much my value is. I clearly didn't know because I let you treat me that way. But you know what? Now I know. So thank you for opening my eyes to where I am now. Because there must have been something good at that time. And if you just can focus on the good and find a way to forgive. Oh, you got to forgive yourself. Don't blame yourself. Everything happened just the way it was supposed to. You have to forgive yourself. I hear in my head, like, how could you be so dumb, or something like, how are you, like, do you degrade yourself about, like, don't do that. Don't do that, Celia says. Celia says, don't do that. Don't do that. Talk yourself up. You are, forgive yourself for that, because you know what? You get, your words are powerful, and you get what you say, and she's like, forgive yourself for that. Like, everything happened just as it would for one, for you to have a reference point. I have the craziest things in the world happen to me. And you know why? Celia says, because so I have a reference point. So when something happens and you're like, why did that happen? Say, oh, a reference point. Now I have a reference point for something in the future, for somebody else in the future. Like something will happen. And I have some kind of information to share about it. A lot of times I'm like, I don't know. Like I have somebody's Nana that likes scones with a little bit, with some butter and a little bit of honey. I don't know. Whenever I find that person, I have a message. So someday I'm going to find somebody's that has the Nana with the scone. So But everything happens as a reference point and for a reason, for to put you right where you are on that journey. There's no wrong turns. There's no, I mean, literally. I'll say this. I started my channel in 2017. I stopped, and then you know what? And then finally last year I decided to start it again. I should have just done it years ago. But I wasn't in the place that I could do that. So, but now I am. Yes, it's a reference point. Just like literally Mary say that. It's a reference point. I tell Dave, I get stuff. I'm like, a reference point. Things, the randomest things happen. But normally it's something will happen. I'll be like, well, this happened to me and Dave today. And it's like, okay, why did that, that happen? So I would have the reference point of it. So just like my mom saying that thing, that was just a reference point for me as well. Yeah, but Jay, how is your self-love? Are you, talking positive to yourself and saying the most positive things about yourself? Mary, yours is in Gemini. You are meant to be a teacher for other people. You see what I'm doing? I attract other people that do what I do, so I can tell them that that's what they're supposed to do. Hey, Mary, you're supposed to help other people by using your voice. To talk about those things that, yes, to talk about all of those things. Like you went through all that, so it is your reference point to talk about the healing you've done. Like that's what Celia says. Teach what you learn. So we're always about doing that. The breathing thing. That's something we learned from her that works really well for us. And apparently, just about put my cards all over. So. But the reference point is good. Just when something happens, be like, yeah. But no, Mary, that is like your Chiron's like part of your calling. Mary, where's your North Node? Is Dave here? Let's see where Dave is. He's not here still, so we're good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, definitely you have to heal that Chiron, but like, where's your North Node? Because like my North Node is in my second house and it's in Aquarius, which Aquarius is about the greater good. The second house stuff is, about all the Taurus stuff. Yeah. No, it looks like a little set of headphones. It'll say North Node normally on your chart, but it looks like a little set of headphones. And like right now, the North Node's in Taurus. But like for me, it's like second house stuff is about the things you value. So part of my message is not the XMC. It should just say North Node. Because the midheaven is your career, but your life purpose isn't always your career. Because you want to hear the crazy thing, Dave's North Node is about learning to have fun in an unrestricted way with other people. It's part of his North Node. How crazy is that? Mine, I have to teach the value to the people how to value themselves. That's my mission. So teaching people their self-worth and how to value themselves. And that's where like people treat us how we treat ourselves, as crazy as that sounds. So the more you value yourself, the more other people will value you. But you get what you expect. On your chart, it's not your midheaven, it's something separate. It looks like a little set of headphones. I don't think I have a chart right here. But dependent, like, it changes every 18 months. So, like, Dave's is in Pisces and mine is in, and what house is it in? Because, like, Dave's is in his 5th house, which is, the house of fun and creativity and sex and all sorts of stuff. Mary, send me your birth time and your location and let me look at your chart. And so he says, well, we'll look at it. We're working on learning astrology stuff. So there's some parts of it that really fascinate us. So she's like, send us your chart. We'll look at it. We'll send you a little thing back. We want to be of service. Simply. That's what that's our goal, being of service. And apparently that was why we came on tonight, so we could just chat about that, because we haven't had very many other people want a reading. And so apparently we're just, we were just meant to chat, Mary. Yeah. That's why Celia said, just if you send me your birth time and your location and your date, we can just look up your chart. And Dave has a really great app thing that he uses, so he'll do it, and then I'll send you what he sends me, where it kind of gives you little details about all your stuff, I believe, as well. Very interesting. But my email is brenda@brendaolson.net, and you can just send it to my email and we will go from there. But I think you are very welcome. We came on tonight to be of service, so he's like, there's somebody we needed to talk to. We didn't know who. So I told Dave I'm going to do a live tonight. Not something I normally do, but here we are. So, okay. And we will probably look at it tomorrow, because I'm literally getting ready to go to the hot tub. So I can go meditate, because my favorite place to meditate. So you are very welcome. We are, like I said, we are here to be of service. That is, and to the greater good, that's literally my mission for, my North Node. So we're just following our path. So we hope everyone has a really good night. We will, we're going to be back on tomorrow in the morning. So we hope Dave's going to go spend the day with his son. So we will, be back on in the morning. So we hope everyone has a most wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.